My name's Marion and I run the DOST Centre for Young Refugees and Migrants, and we are based in Plaistow. So at DOST we work with like 13 to 19-year-old young people who come from like a refugee or migrant background. So most of them are unaccompanied minors, which means they've come to the UK by themselves without their families and they're in the care system. But we also have young people who are also with their families who may have come on different visas, and we have young people that may have been in the borough for quite a long time. So far since January we've seen 327 young people, mostly boys but also some girls from around 60 different countries, and we provide like a number of sports twice a week, like football, basketball, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, cricket and pool, to cater for as many young people's needs and interests as possible. And a lot of the young people, their main issue is that they feel really isolated when they first come to the UK. They don't speak the language, they don't have any family here to support them, they're often out of school or education for quite a long time, and they just don't know the system and they don't have any friends, and so they feel quite low and depressed about either their past or also about like the situation that they're in now. So coming to DOST means that they can meet other young people from their countries. My staff and volunteers often speak most of their languages as well, and we provide lots of sports that like cater to all different cultures really, so they feel like they're back home really, and they feel like more welcomed and just less isolated than they did. So DOST has been running for around 24 years, and I've been working at DOST for 15 years. But nearly 8 years ago we were closed down and we had to start up again. So I started the project again and basically have been running it ever since. So the main thing that encouraged me to apply for People Powered Places was that somebody who works in one of the local libraries where we run our English classes told me about the funding and said that it would be suitable for our group. I'd never actually heard of it before, I didn't actually know that it existed, so that's what made me apply. Most of the young people actually turn up by themselves and just self-refer, just walk in and just do a referral form and join the club that night. But we also have young people referred from social services, from residential support houses, from foster carers, from even sometimes doctors, solicitors, anybody that comes into contact with a young person who they feel might benefit from coming to DOST. And because I've been here for 15 years, like many professionals know me and know DOST, and they know about the service. So they, like a foster carer for example, might have sent a boy here 15 years ago, and then 6 years later she gets a different young person and she brings him, and then she gets a different young person and she brings him, so it carries on like that. So you know, the numbers like have rapidly grown. Like last year we worked with about 620 young people, and the year before 500, and the year before that 340. So you can see how quickly the numbers are going up. There's like a real demand, but most of the young people just know about DOST. I don't exactly know how, but they know. So already this year we've seen 327 in the first 5 months. So you know, I think we're definitely going to go over the 619 that we worked with last year, but that's always quite hard to tell. But generally new young people turn up at every session, so there's always that demand really. I think first of all I just want to say thank you to everybody that voted for us, because this is the first time that myself or DOST have ever like actually been involved in something where people have to vote for us, and I must admit I didn't feel particularly positive about that, because I didn't think that we would get very many votes, and I was actually very surprised that we did. And I think it's nice to know that actually like people within the local area and neighbourhood like actually can appreciate us and support our work, and I think that's really nice to know. And you know, because it is so important for young people just to have somewhere safe to go, somewhere fun, somewhere consistent, that they say the same people every week and that they know we're always going to be here, that we provide free food at every session, that we provide, like, you know, the use of football boots, the use of shorts, and everything they need if they just turn up and they just don't have any resources or any money to buy resources. So I think that it's actually been a very positive experience. So thank you.